It's out to Hill, right side complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry, it's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On target over the middle to Hill. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, he's going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
And you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Leopard! Gun!
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go. This is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd down, Kamara, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And here come the Redskins now. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down and keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now they try the right side here. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He'll look to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. That's
caught by Meredith, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. There's just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Throw left side, taken in by Washington. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
No. Check. Patriot.
He'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Over.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gone.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
All right, here we go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw here. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Lutz's kick is good. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Just go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They're going to look to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throw now in his own end zone. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Kamara. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. So the false start will back them up 5. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They'll drop the throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got Snead. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
That explains your toughness right there. Because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll set up a throw. Caught left side by Hilton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Back to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Tyler Davison in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. And Gold is able to put it through, and they are on the board. It's now 9-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz for the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an alley to run. He's got daylight. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. He'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And that one results in 35 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Kill. Check 43. Watch the ship. Hey. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Check.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Detroit!
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shift their guys free.
You're right. They have had no room to breathe. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. A give to Howard. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one. But they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Now, look at 56. Look at...
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams